You're asleep.
Only my eyes.
And my arm.
They're weaklings. Your arm and my eyes.
Mm-hmm. I'll take you home.
Maybe it's love. Welcome, everybody. We are in the lobby at River Glen getting ready for service. Sometimes it feels like we are in a world of running after more. Maybe you can relate. It seems like people are always going after more of the things that just don't satisfy us. What if there was something that really did satisfy and it actually was really good for you too? We're glad you're here because each weekend during the More series, you'll discover all about how Jesus can lead you into a life of more life, more joy, more love, more hope, and more impact. You were actually made for this. You were made for more. So go on and get comfy, disconnect from all the daily stresses that you experience, and let's focus on learning more about a God who loves you. You are meant to be here. If you are newer with River Glen, we want to hear from you. If you need prayer or have some faith questions, let us know by filling out a welcome card. And we always send our first-time guests a gift to say thanks for being here, so let us know if you're new. You can get the welcome card by clicking out of the full screen mode and clicking on the welcome button or the link provided by your hosts. Our online hosts are happy to answer questions and join you for service, so join the chat and let them know where you're joining in from today. We're just about ready to start. So if you haven't already done it, grab something to eat and drink so you can celebrate communion together with us later in the service. Let's head on in.
Well, good morning and welcome to River Glen. We're so excited you're here with us this morning. We're going to start off by singing a few songs together, so I want to invite you to stand as we sing.
I'm Good morning, everyone. We're so glad you're here today. It's a great weekend because it's Big Offering Giveaway weekend. We are super excited, yeah. So if you're here for the first time, either in person or online, you picked the perfect weekend to check us out. And we would love to connect with you. So if you are here for the first time in the room, please grab that welcome card that's in the seat back in front of you. You can fill that out and then take it out to the Welcome Center in the lobby where we would love to say hi, and then we have a gift for you. If you're watching online for the first time, you can fill out the digital welcome card. Just click on the connect button in the chat. Well, we love meeting new people in our community, and we love hosting events for our community. And I know it's been hard to find fun events that are also safe, and that's why we're doing our Trunk or Treat event on Friday, October 23rd, because we've worked really hard to make it safe for your whole family. The whole thing is going to be outside, it's going to be socially distanced, and it's going to include candy, because that's what makes it great, right? So you're going to want to check out all the details about that on our website, or you can stop at the tent in the lobby, and we're going to need a ton of volunteers to make it fabulous. So please consider volunteering at Trunk or Treat. It's for the kids, okay? Well, we're wrapping up our More series today. We're talking about More Impact. And we've been giving away some River Glen merchandise throughout this entire series to make it easier for you to talk about River Glen with your people. So today I have these fun beanie hats, some with pom-poms, some without. My friend Melissa's going to help me out because she was a softball player, way better arm than me. So if you are excited about the Big Offering giveaway, wave your arms, yell, "Over here, Melissa," and she'll throw you one. Now, if you're watching online, we have some of these for you as well. So you want to fill out the welcome card for your chance to win. Nice throw, Melissa. Oh, good job. That was fun. All right, all of our River Glen merchandise is available on our online store. So you're going to want to check that out and enjoy the rest of the service.
His love for me.
chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. Oh, I am who you say I am. The sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. Amen. Thanks for singing with us. You guys can take a seat.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome everybody here in the room in Waukesha. Big welcome to everybody online and in Pewaukee. So good to have you with us for really a historic weekend in the life of our church. Every weekend we take up an offering to fuel our mission, but today we take a big, bold step of faith because at the end of the service today, when we receive the offering, we're going to give it all away. Every penny of it we're going to give to meet needs locally, regionally, and globally as a demonstration of the love and the compassion of Jesus. This is the third time we've done an offering giveaway. We did it in 2015. We did it again last year. I looked up, when you combine those two previous times, it's a total of $264,000 that we've given away. Yeah. And not just the dollars, but the impact for Jesus and the lives that have been changed. And so we're doing it again this weekend as we wrap up the series called More. Week number 1, we talked about more life. Jesus offers a life of more to everyone. And then we talked about more joy, more love, more hope. And now this weekend, more impact. Because when you experience the life of more that Jesus offers, you want to share it. You want other people to experience it too. But if I'm being transparent, we actually thought about skipping the offering giveaway this weekend because of COVID and all the uncertainty. I mean, it's been a tough year for everybody. Some people have been hit really hard. I went to the barber week before last. I do get haircuts periodically. My wife's been doing that during COVID, done a great job. It's pretty simple to do. But some of you know this. She broke her shoulder. And so I went back to the barber shop where I've gone for many years. And while the woman was cutting my hair, I asked her, what's it been like for you this year? And she said she went 3.5 months without a paycheck. And she's got a little kid, 3.5 months no paycheck. And business is back open, but it's not as busy as before. It's been a tough year for her and for many of us. And we thought about skipping the offering giveaway this year. Or you know what? We can look at the needs of people in our community, in our region, in our world. And we can say, you know what? There's more needs now than ever. And it's probably more important for us to do the offering giveaway this year than ever before. And so that's what our leaders decided. We're all in, and we'd love to have you join us. But before we get into all that, maybe some of you have been hit really hard this year, and I want you to know we've got resources available. We have a ministry called RG Cares that provides meals. We also have a benevolence ministry that helps people in need, and of course we have a prayer team. So let us know how we can help you and how we can pray for you. There's space on the welcome card. Fill that out and give that to us. Well, I picked a scripture today. I picked a scripture where Jesus went through a difficult period in his life. In Matthew chapter 13, Jesus goes back to his hometown Nazareth to teach in the synagogue, and he gives an amazing teaching, but the people there reject him. They refuse to believe him. That would hurt, wouldn't it? To go back to your hometown where you grew up, people that you knew growing up, and they refuse to accept you. And then right after that, in Matthew chapter 14, Jesus receives some terrible news about his cousin, John the Baptist. John the Baptist and Jesus were close friends. They grew up together. John baptized Jesus. John was all about Jesus. And now Jesus gets news that John has died a horrible death. To be specific, King Herod had John the Baptist beheaded. And so it's a very difficult time for Jesus. And it says in verse 13, Jesus withdrew to spend some time alone. He needs to replenish himself. And so he gets in a boat on the Sea of Galilee to be alone. But it says people saw him, and they saw where he was going. And this crowd, this huge crowd begins to gather. I want you to see how Jesus responds. When Jesus landed the boat and he saw a large crowd, look at this, he had compassion on them, and he healed their sick. He didn't get the rest that he needed because of this large crowd, but Jesus responds with compassion, and he starts to heal sick people. Notice how compassion fueled Jesus to meet needs even when he was tired and worn out. I mentioned that my wife broke her shoulder recently. Here's what happened. She's home alone. She's in the front yard of our house spreading mulch. She slips and falls into the side of our brick house and landed face down. And right away she realized something was broke. Now, this is a little bit graphic, but she fell face down on the ground, and she thought her arm was underneath her, and she looked, and it was up against the wall. And she cried out for help. She couldn't move her arm. And then she remembers she's got her phone in her pocket. She takes out her phone, calls 911. While she's talking to 911, out of the corner of her eye, she sees two running shoes. A man jogging down our street heard her cry and stopped to help her. He took the phone and he explained to 911 her location and condition. And then he called me, and I headed home immediately, and he stayed with her. And then another woman came over and asked Marnie if she could pray with her. And we wish we could thank these people, but Marnie never saw their faces. She only saw their shoes, and so we don't know them. And by the time I got there, the ambulance had arrived, and they were gone. I wish I could tell them how their compassion made a huge difference. They didn't just feel sympathy, they showed compassion. See, there's a difference between sympathy and compassion. Sympathy is just a feeling. You feel sorry for someone. Compassion is stronger. Compassion motivates you to take action and help someone in need. And I wonder, have you felt compassion recently? Such a strong emotion. It fuels you. It drives you to take action and help someone in need. That's how Jesus feels about you. That's what motivated Jesus to heal these sick people in the crowd that day. And remember, Jesus is tired and he needs rest. I mean, he just got some terrible news about his cousin. He just got rejected in his hometown. But he sees the needs of the people in the crowd, feels compassion, and takes action, and he starts healing people. And he doesn't just heal the sick. He goes on to feed this hungry crowd of 5,000 people. If you read through the Gospels, this feeling or emotion is actually attributed to Jesus more than any other feeling or emotion. And I want us to feel this emotion today because compassion fuels us when we're tired or worn out or busy or we feel indifferent. Compassion fuels us to meet the needs that God has called us to meet. And God has put a great opportunity in front of us today to meet some needs. If you study compassion in the Gospels, you find that it's often associated with the word saw, like it is here in verse 14. When Jesus landed the boat and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and healed the sick. The word saw here, it's not like a quick glance. It's not, okay, I'm looking at my phone. Oh, there you are, and now I'm back looking at my phone. No, it's looking and seeing and recognizing and understanding. It's praying and asking God to help us to see the world that way, to help us see people that way. I want you to see some of the people and some of the needs that today's offering is going to meet locally and regionally and globally. Take a look.
We know that Jesus has called us to more. And together as one church, we can make a huge impact. We invite you to be part of unleashing generosity to love more locally, more regionally, and more globally for Jesus.
We're going to deepen our commitment with our current partners so that we can feed our community spiritually and physically.
River Glen Christian Church partnered with Habitat and contributed financially in a very significant way for one Fund a Home. We're going to build a second home right next door. There'll be a shared driveway, and we'll build 2 homes simultaneously for families in need of affordable housing. We've already identified those families. They're anxious to have us break ground.
We really find that homelessness is caused by a whole number of things, and they're working full-time jobs and they just can't make ends meet. Our mission is to provide hope and dignity to those in need in our community, and we do that by providing emergency shelters.
My main focus is really on church multiplication here in the greater Milwaukee area. We have a vision for 100 faith communities in Milwaukee County.
The other thing we started to do once the COVID pandemic struck is we said, well, how can we respond to this issue? And so we started preparing emergency meals for people that we distribute through various partners to individuals and families that are experiencing food insecurity and who are very vulnerable to illness. I think we're doing like 7,000 meals a month now. And actually, one of the recipients of our meal program is your RG Cares initiative.
I am Jose Rodriguez, the senior pastor for Central Church Panama. The problem here is people lost their job and we don't have so much food for them. But we gave them 200 of bagged food. When we finished, we baptized 28 people. Thank you very much, River Glen, for praying for us. Thank you very much for packing meal. Thank you very much for your support and continuing to enrich people here in Panama. Thank you very much. God bless you for the Rodriguez family. Bye-bye.
Hello, River Glen Church. My name is Ike Miller, and I'm the lead pastor of Bright City Church here in Durham, North Carolina, a church that you all have just been so supportive of and encouraging of over the last couple of years. We are super excited that this coming Sunday, September 27th, we're going to be celebrating our 2-year anniversary as a church. Even in the midst of everything happening with COVID, God has continued to be at work in our community. Honestly, we believe in many ways our church has never been stronger. Our small groups have more than doubled in this season of this pandemic. We are finding ourselves in a solid place financially because of some saving we've been able to do during this season. And on top of all of that, we continue to have new people coming and visiting us and checking us out as they move to the area or are rediscovering God in this season. And so all of that is because of your support and the ways that you guys continue to believe in the mission of planting churches. And we are so grateful for that and just hope that we can be an encouragement to you that what you are a part of by being a part of these church plants is changing the world one step at a time. So continue the hard work, the good work of pouring into these church plants, because what you are doing is reaping a tremendous harvest.
everyone, you're invited to be part of something more.
Something more.
Something more.
Yeah, what a great opportunity God's put in front of us today to show compassion and meet needs and make a bigger impact for Jesus. We've always taken the approach at River Glen that instead of us starting nonprofits, if there's already nonprofit organizations meeting needs, these are not competitors. These are our partners, and so let's help them. Let's strengthen them, and we can show more compassion and make an even bigger impact for Jesus, working together. Organizations like this one right here, the Hebron House in Waukesha. Do you know that there is a growing homelessness problem in Waukesha and Pewaukee? Hebron House offers 3 shelters for people. And get this, last year, this surprised me, they provided over 16,000 nights of shelter to people. That's a lot of nights of shelter. That's a lot of compassion. Almost 17,000 nights of shelter last year. We had some leftover money because one of our other partners had a project fall through this past year. And so last month we gave a gift of $10,000 to Hebron House to replace the furnace in one of their shelters so they can be ready for the cold weather. We've also included Hebron House in our offering giveaway this weekend. Habitat for Humanity is another organization that shows compassion. We plan to give $20,000 from the offering this weekend to sponsor a new home in Waukesha. This will be our 4th build with Habitat in Waukesha. And not just money. I mean, we roll up our sleeves and volunteer and pound nails. And if you've never had the opportunity to volunteer at a Habitat worksite, you should do it. You'll have a great time. And they use me, they can use anybody. You can volunteer for our next project. It breaks ground later on this month, and we can volunteer in the spring of next year. One of our new partners this year is Upstart Kitchen. They provide meals and feed the hungry in Milwaukee, which is very timely this year during COVID. They also provide kitchen space and training to help people start new food businesses. And some of you tried some of their food if you were here show up weekend. They have this strategy of helping people find Jesus and a job as a way to help transform the city. You saw their leader in the video, Pastor Walter Harvey. Pastor Walter served for 28 years at Park Lawn Assembly of God in Milwaukee. He's got a big heart of compassion for the people in Milwaukee, and he's also got a great vision for church planting in Milwaukee. We've included Upstart in the offering this weekend to help with their facility costs. They just opened a facility in Milwaukee. We've also included $25,000 in the offering this weekend for our next church plant. This will be the 10th new church that we helped start since 2010. We've also included new churches in the offering that we currently support. 2020 has been a challenging year, especially for new churches, but church planters like Ike Miller in Raleigh, North Carolina, you saw in the video, they found a way to keep their church moving forward and advancing the mission of Jesus. They're not just going through COVID, they're growing through it, showing compassion and reaching more people for Jesus. And we also included a new church in Panama. Last year, I traveled to Panama and met Pastor Jose Rodriguez and his family as they worked to launch a new church. And everything was going great until COVID hit, right before their grand opening. And Panama got hit hard. They've suffered from food shortage. And so we're going to take part of the offering this weekend, $25,000, to buy food. And we're going to pack meals. And we're going to send it to Panama. We set a goal of sending 100,000 meals. And Pastor Jose is going to distribute the food to show compassion and invite people to his new church, Central Church, and baptize more people. So mark your calendar for Friday night and Saturday, November 13th and 14th. We're going to have a meal packing event at both campuses, Waukesha and Pewaukee. And here's a picture of what it looks like. This is a church in Florida that recently had a meal packing event. You can see it's social distanced. It's a great event. You're going to have a great time, but we're going to need your help to pack these meals. A ministry called Lifeline is going to provide the equipment and the training to help us reach that goal of 100,000 meals. And this is a great event for families to serve together, individuals of all ages, life groups, ministry teams. What a great opportunity for us to come together, both campuses as one church, to show compassion and feed the hungry in Panama and help Jose launch his new church. I attended a meal packing event last year at a church in Greenfield, and it was wonderful. And I walked away, and I'm like, man, we have to do that at River Glen. I think River Glen is going to love this event. You'll be able to sign up at our website. I could go on and on. Those are just some of the projects and partners included in today's offering. Here's what we did. We asked our partners for a wish list for the next year. And we took their wish list, and we took some items off their wish list, and when we totaled everything up, it adds up to $150,000 to cover everything. And that's a big number for us. That's like 3 times our average weekly offering. It's a stretch for us, but we can do it. And we would love to do it all. I believe we can do it with everyone participating. This is a unique opportunity. I mean, there's not many opportunities like this in life where there is a clear way, a clear opportunity, to make a difference for Jesus like we have today. This is a chance for you to show compassion and change the way people see Jesus. And it will bring purpose and meaning to your life. Here's a question to ask yourself if you want to feel the compassion of Jesus. When you see somebody in need, ask yourself, what would it be like to be him or her? You see a homeless person in Waukesha, what would it be like to be him or her? Not what do they believe or what's their politics? What would it be like to be him or her? You see a child who doesn't have a safe family, what would it be like to be him or her? You see someone who needs food, what would it be like to be him or her? You see somebody struggling with an addiction, what would it be like to be him or her? You see someone struggling with a disability, what would it be like to be him or her? You see somebody who is far from God and needs Jesus, what would it be like to be him or her? That's the question Jesus asked when he saw the crowd. What would it be like to be him or her? And he felt compassion, and he started healing the sick. And then Jesus performed a great miracle. Matthew, this amazing story that shows us we can make a much greater impact than we ever imagined. Remember, Jesus went through a difficult time. He got rejected in his hometown. He just got some terrible news about his cousin John the Baptist, and so he gets in this boat. So he gets out of this boat, and he feels compassion when he sees the crowd. He gets out of this boat on the Sea of Galilee, and he goes over to a hillside. And he not only starts healing the sick, he begins teaching this massive crowd that have gathered. And people loved his teaching. People lean in, they listen to every word. They're captivated by the teaching of Jesus. So much so, time flies by. And now it's dinner time. People start getting hungry. And the disciples put their heads together and come up with an idea. They come over to Jesus and they say, Jesus, you may not realize this, but this is a remote place we're in, and it's already getting late. Send the crowds away so they can go to the villages and buy themselves some food. Maybe there's a Culver's or a Cousins in that village nearby. But Jesus has a different idea. Look what he says. They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat. But this makes no sense to them at all. There's just a handful of disciples, and there's like 5,000, it says 5,000 men in the crowd. When you add in the women and the children, it's probably more like 15,000 hungry people. That's too many people. That's too many mouths to feed. And maybe in some ways, when you look at the great need in our community, in our region, in our world, maybe you saw some of the needs on the screen today, and you felt compassion, and then you think, well, what can I do? What can I do to make a difference? The need is so great. What can I do? That's how the disciples felt. And so the disciples actually protest. And they say, but Jesus, we only have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And I love Jesus' next comment. Don't just think about the disciples. Think about yourself. Here's what Jesus said. Those 5 loaves and 2 fish, bring them here to me. Imagine him smirking a little bit. Bring them here and see what I will do. Trust me with it. And they do. They obey him. They bring it to him. They put it in his hands. And nobody anticipated what happened next except Jesus. Look at it. Look at what happened. He directed the people to sit down on the grass, taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven. He gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied, and the disciples picked up 12 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate was about 5,000 men besides women and children. You see what happened? They have this huge need, this huge opportunity. And Jesus says, trust me with what you have, and I will do more than you can imagine, more impact than you could ever imagine. And so they do. I would have loved to have watched Jesus break loaves. He just keeps breaking loaves, and the disciples are like, how is he doing this? He breaks loaf after loaf after loaf, and the disciples keep handing it out. They get to be part of the miracle. And not only does Jesus multiply what they gave and feed 15,000 hungry people, but this is a part of the story that gets missed a lot of times. Not only does everybody in the crowd get fed, did you catch what happened in the last part? They have leftovers. It's almost like Jesus shows off. They have leftovers. The disciples gave, but Jesus gave them the leftovers. And how many baskets of leftover food did they have? Yeah, 12. And how many disciples were there? 12. Yeah. Each disciple, they walk away with more than they came with. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And I think that's what Jesus wants to do today. He says, trust me with what you have. And I'll not only meet these needs, I will meet these needs. And you're going to leave with something more. You're going to leave with more than you imagined. Look at this promise that Jesus makes to all of his followers. Give. That's the first domino to fall. You give, and it'll be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it'll be measured to you. You know, it reminds me of eating ice cream. I love to eat ice cream. And I go through drive-thrus and get ice cream, and very often they give you ice cream in a cup with a lid on it. You ever had this happen where you take the lid off and there's like a gap, and they could have filled it more? It's not filled. Oh, that's a bummer, isn't it? That's disappointing. I love it when I get a sundae. I go through a drive-thru and get a sundae, and I take that cover off, and pecans falling out, hot fudge overflowing, dripping on my lap, dripping on the interior of the car. One time I had to go buy special cleaner to clean the hot fudge out of my car interior, but it was worth it. Well worth it. That's what happens when we give, Jesus says. Blessings, running over, and overflowing. Jesus promises when we put what we have in his hands, he's going to do something amazing, even miraculous. And you will leave here with more than you imagined. I want you to know, Marnie and I, we love this weekend. We love the big offering giveaway. And so we're giving an extra gift above and beyond our normal giving. It's our largest gift of the year. I encourage you to join us. Pray and give what God leads you to give. And I know some of you might be new to River Glen. Maybe you just started attending a few weeks ago, and we're glad you're here. And I can't think of a better way for you to take a next step and get on mission with Jesus than to give generously to those whose need is so great. We welcome you to jump in with us today. Now, there are a few ways that you can give today. You can use that offering envelope in the seat back in front of you. You can give digitally. You can take out your phone right now. It's real simple. You just text the word River Glen to 77977. It gives you a reply with some simple instructions that are easy to follow. You can also give electronically to this offering until midnight. And every penny given this past week and this weekend will be given away. So here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to pray. And then during this next song, we're going to have communion and offering. We're going to do them together. We don't do that normally. That's different for today. We've got several stations around the room. We've got 4 stations in the front. We've got a couple more in the back on the lower level where you can go during this song and pick up your communion, and you can also give your offering in the in the gray box. We'll have music playing. Take your time. Take your time. Space out, mask up, socially distance. If you're watching online, I encourage you, share communion and offering with us. It's a good time to grab some juice, some bread, or some other solid and liquid. You can use the give button provided by the online host to give your offering. I want you to think about it this way. Communion represents God's compassion to us. God saw our need, and he didn't just feel sorry for us. He sent his son, his only son, to sacrifice himself on the cross and meet our need. The bread represents Christ's body. The juice represents Christ's blood. We take in God's compassion through communion. And then I want you to think of the offering as God's compassion flowing through us to meet needs locally and regionally and globally. So I'm going to pray, and during this next song, when you're ready, you can get up from your seat and get your communion. Our communion is open to anyone who receives the love and the compassion of God in Jesus. And then you can give your offering in the gray basket and return to your seat and take communion. Think of God's compassion to us in communion, and then God's compassion through us to our local community, to our region, and even to the world through the offering. Let me pray for us. God, thank you for demonstrating your great compassion, your compassion for each one of us by sending Jesus into the world to die on a cross for our sins so that we can live with you now and forever. Thank you for the most compassionate and generous act in all of history. And God, thank you for putting some great opportunities in front of our church today to demonstrate your love and compassion and make a bigger impact for Jesus in our community and region and around the world. God, I pray that like those disciples, we would trust you with what we have today. We ask you to use these gifts that we give to show your compassion and love and change more lives for Jesus. And it's in his name I pray. Amen.
Oh,
Gateway, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. Remember that there's still an opportunity to give to the big offering giveaway until midnight tonight. And we hope to see you back next weekend.